This piece is called Failure, and it has a lot, well, it has everything to do with the state of our economy and government and where our nation is headed. Citizens, don't fall asleep on me. Keep one eye open so you too can fight to be free. Keep alert, weapons ready at hand. The fall of society has already been planned. Lock and load, your time has come. Follow your instincts, follow the drum. Take up the cause for freedom's sake. Our liberties are challenged, but they're still ours to take. Our country is exactly that. Government has failed, now we're up to bat. Take back our borders, close them now, and you'll see just how sufficient and fair we can be. Focus on our poor, getting them off the streets, putting food in their bellies. See how strong their hearts can beat. Stop foreign aid, the billions that are spent. Take a look at our homeless. Give them more than a tent. The rich get richer, the poor stay poor. Our downfall is here, knocking at the door. This piece is called 2-Day Pass. I wrote this last year during my stay at a group home for rehabilitation. And every once in a while we would get a pass to leave the group home and to spend time with family, friends, pretty much anything we wanted to do as long as we kept clean and did what we were supposed to do, kept on our medications. I was there for both marijuana abuse, but mainly for my newly diagnosed mental illness, bipolar type 1, also ADHD and PTSD. So I was on a lot of medications, still trying new medications, trying to stable out. But every once in a while we'd get these passes, and it was really something everybody really looked forward to. And I wrote a poem about my 2-day pass. Today I stood outside of the group home, waiting for my ride. My roommate not 2 feet away. His mouth just wouldn't stay shut. It spewed random thoughts, mostly about his past, and mostly I didn't care. My mind was on getting the hell out of there. I had a 2-day pass to get to, 2 days of not having to wake up to 2 televisions blaring and 9 other housemates to be cordial to. The entire time I stood there, he filled the air with chatter. I stood motionless and stared into the distance. Not a word escaped my lips. A response was never implied, not a head nod, nor a shoulder shrug. Nothing to indicate that I was paying any attention to him. To be honest, I cannot recall a single word that he threw at me. All I wanted was some peace and quiet. All I needed was to be alone. 20 minutes passed by and it was still rambling. I was reaching the point of no return. A point where I wouldn't have been responsible for what I would have said. It would have been something close to, "Look, I really don't care." And that would have hurt his feelings, and I wouldn't have cared. Maybe that's a character flaw of mine, or maybe it's just the truth. All I know is that I was reaching that point. To my luck, another client came out onto the patio, giving me a chance to escape his babbling bullhorn. I quickly turned and shot out a smart remark to the other client, an inside joke if you may. We laughed, and that was my time to escape. I went inside and left those 2 behind, leaving that poor soul to my roommate's lecture. I stood around in the living room for about 5 more minutes, praying my ride would show before my roommate came back inside and reassumed his agonizing rant. Just to my luck, as the 2 re-entered the house, my ride pulled up. I was saved by the little silver Volkswagen. This piece is entitled to each his own. Caffeine, let it be the nectar of the gods. For if it weren't for caffeine, my compositions would fall flat. When that buzz hits, it hits where it counts, sending a flurry of electrical impulses to my brain, urging it to write once more. I find it intriguing that all great writers were users of some form of drug. Poe, for instance, was an alcoholic. Stephen King, a coke addict. William S. Burroughs was a heroin addict. Jack Kerouac used amphetamines. Robert Louis Stevenson was a rampant cokehead and pumped out 60,000 words of The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in a matter of 6 days. Ken Kesey wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest while on mescaline. Charles Bukowski was an alcoholic and hardly wrote without his wine. I'll stop there. Me, I have my caffeine and my tobacco. That's all I need to crank out my work.